Hey there. Welcome to 19, 20. Are we in our 20s yet for episode?
Not quite in our 20s yet, but we are married to real estate.
So we can't, if we did drink, we can't actually go to the bar and have one because we're only like 19 right now.
Correct. We are not at 21.
However, our children may not have followed that rule all the way too.
Yeah.
But we don't want to go there, right?
We know they didn't follow the rule.
Yeah, actually, that's true. How are you?
Doing good. Doing well.
Good. So I'm this episode going to follow up with the one that just came out about, there's not going to be a crash and where is the market going?
Correct.
So two terms I'm going to get into that are kind of fighting each other, but putting it in a different way. Pent-up demand and new FOMO.
The new FOMO.
The new FOMO.
Why don't you explain to our listeners what the FOMO is that you are describing?
Okay, well, everybody knows what regular FOMO is.
Most
right?
people, you should explain it. What is regular FOMO?
Fear of missing out. Right?
There you go.
So
Yes.
If there's the Taylor Swift concert coming to town
and you don't have a ticket,
and
which
you
is
don't have
most likely
$1,000 to pay to go see Taylor
in the
Swift,
nosebleed
but you really
section.
want to, you're going to go through some FOMO, right?
Correct.
So fear of missing out. However, what I'm calling new FOMO in real estate is fear of moving out. Right?
Yes.
And a lot of our sellers are experiencing FOMO very hard.
And
right?
why? Why is the fear of moving out so prominent today?
It goes to payment shock, interest rates, right? And what I have and not wanting to give that up, right? And what I have is a 3.3, 3.1, 3.4, 2.7, right? Interest rate and a very low fixed payment. And I'm looking at a interest rate of 6.75, 6.5.
Higher right now.
Yeah. So I don't want to give up that rate, and I have a fear of moving out to take on the new rate and the new circumstances, right?
Right.
Well, let's go back a little bit in time to where we were and where we're coming from. So around November 2021, so we're talking 20 months now. That's where we saw as agents the changing of transactional happenings in our business. Does that make sense? 2021 was the best year in real estate from a transactional standpoint we have ever seen, and probably we're going to see for the next
Several years,
right? And there were 6.1 million transactions in the United States that year, right? But we saw the writing on the wall. The inflation was coming. We knew the rate increases were coming, and they were going to change the transactional trajectory of real estate. Right. So in 2022, I think we dropped from 6.1 to like 4.7 million transactions.
right?
And this year we're going to bottom out about 4.1 million.
Right. That's a lot less houses. I don't know if people really understand that.
That is a tremendous amount of houses that didn't come to the market, and people that didn't move on with their life because of the higher interest rates that came about. Right. So, which gets us into the other situation, which is pent-up demand, right? If we had not had those changes in the market and in the interest rates, we probably would have had 5.1, 5.2 million transactions the last 2 years.
Something more normal, right?
More normal market, right? Instead, we're a couple million, just about,
Right.
below what should have happened the last 2 years. And we've hit the bottom of that transaction number, and that transaction number is starting to change, right? So the FOMO 2 is the fear of moving out is starting to give into the pent-up demand of wanting to get on with my life.
So, in other words, the people are, all right, rates are high right now. I'm going to buy the house because, as we use this example all the time, I've had twins. I can't stay in my one bedroom, 800 square foot apartment anymore. I need to buy a home.
Correct. And what we want to get everybody thinking about on this is, and as we discussed in the last episode, there's two things that we're fairly certain that are going to happen over the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months in real estate. Interest rates will come down. We watched a really good thing the other day where we're seeing low sixes by the end of the year, mid fives next year, and possibly mid fours by 2025. All
Right.
So rates will be coming down. They have to.
Right. The Fed is going to, historically, if you look at the data, every time they've raised rates the way they have, and they've never raised them as quickly as they just have, they have to do the correction because they always overcorrect on the way up, and they're going to be slow to do it, but they have to do it on the way back.
So rates will be coming down,
Yeah.
but prices will be not in a crazy fashion, but in a normal fashion will continue to rise.
Right. So we'll have normal appreciation, not double digits.
Right. But normal, 2%, 3%, 4%, somewhere along those lines over the next 3 or 4 years.
Right.
So what we'd like everybody to think about a little bit is there will be a rush coming to market, as you talked about in the last episode. There will be a lot of people coming to market to sell their homes and to buy homes. We will still have more buyers than sellers,
Right.
because of the millennials. However, that rush is coming. My opinion, I think it's going to be about January, February of next year, 2025. So we have this 6-month window.
24.
24, I'm sorry. 24. So we have about a 6-month window before really I think we're going to have another mad rush in real estate as far as, the amount of people that are buying and more stuff happening.
Right.
However, the rates are a little higher today than they will be. But what can you do?
Right. You can buy now, if you find that house, if you find the dream house or just a house that you like in the neighborhood that you like, it's a golden opportunity to do it now before you're competing with 10 other buyers for the same property.
Correct. You may only be competing with 2 right now.
Right.
And that number is going to increase again just because of the fundamentals that are out there and everything else going on in real estate.
Correct. There's a small window of opportunity if you're even a move-up buyer right now and you have a place to sell and you need a home sale contingency in order to sell your home, buy another. Do it now before it becomes a craze where, everybody's competing and the first contracts they throw out are the ones that have to sell in order to buy.
Yep.
So lots of different dynamics that will be involved in the always evolving and changing real estate market.
And if you're suffering from new FOMO, please give Ms. Sablehouse a call. She would love to play real estate and therapist for you to help you get through this.
And we love
time.
talking again over coffee. Gets jazzed up over some coffee, and I'm never switching to decaf. So,
There you go.
all right, see you next time. Thank
Yes,
you so much
thank
for
you.
joining us.
Okay, bye.